50 Cent, from bullets to bankruptcy, and back to power. At one point, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson wasn't just successful, he was dominant. His voice was everywhere. His face adorned television screens, billboards, magazines. His name wasn't merely associated with music, it was synonymous with power. In the early 2000s, 50 Cent wasn't chasing success. Success was chasing him. Yet the same man who survived bullets, poverty, and betrayal would later face an entirely different adversary. One that doesn't care how tough you are. Money. Born where survival comes first. Curtis Jackson was born in 1975 in South Jamaica, Queens, a place where dreams are rare and mistakes are punished swiftly. His mother was a drug dealer, murdered when Curtis was just 8. His father was absent. From an early age, Curtis learned a lesson that would shape his life. No one is coming to save you. By the age of 12, he was already selling drugs. Not for luxury, but for survival. In that world, fear kills, respect keeps you alive. Curtis developed a mindset built on vigilance, control, and aggression. That mindset would later make him famous. And later, it would almost destroy him. 9 bullets that changed everything. In 2000, just as his rap career was about to take off, Curtis was shot 9 times outside his grandmother's house, in the hand, legs, chest, and face. 1 bullet passed through his tongue and out his cheek. Doctors said he was lucky to be alive, but survival came at a price. His record label dropped him. Radio stations stopped playing his music. The industry quietly turned its back on him. To many, 50 Cent was finished before he even began. Yet, Curtis didn't see it that way. While recovering, he sharpened his voice, perfected his lyrics, and transformed pain into identity. Instead of hiding his scars, he made them part of his brand. When Eminem discovered him and introduced him to Dr. Dre, everything changed. The rise, hunger, discipline, and total focus. In 2003, Get Rich or Die Tryin' was released, and the hip-hop world shifted overnight. The album didn't just sell well, it dominated. Curtis became the symbol of raw survival, street intelligence, and unfiltered ambition. His music felt authentic because it was authentic. Money poured in. Tours, endorsements, business deals followed. But the shrewdest move wasn't music. It was vitamin water. 50 Cent accepted equity rather than a traditional endorsement fee. When Coca-Cola later acquired the company, Curtis reportedly walked away with tens of millions of dollars. Suddenly, he wasn't just a rapper. He was a businessman, or so it seemed. The illusion of infinite money. Here's the truth most stories won't tell you. People think 50 Cent went bankrupt because he stopped earning. That's not true. He went bankrupt because his lifestyle outpaced his financial planning. Mansions with exorbitant upkeep, dozens of cars, entourages on full payroll, lawsuits, child support, taxes, bad investments, business partnerships built on trust rather than contracts. Money was coming in, but even faster, it was going out. Curtis once admitted, "I thought the money would never stop." That belief is perilous. Ego versus reality. At the height of his fame, 50 Cent was known for one thing besides music: conflict. Public feuds, online attacks, legal battles, constant pressure to dominate every situation. That same street mentality, never back down, never show weakness, followed him into the corporate world. But corporations aren't intimidated by bravado, and courts don't respect reputation. Legal fees mounted. Court judgments hit hard. A lawsuit over a leaked tape resulted in a multi-million-dollar judgment against him. Around the same time, tax issues surfaced. Creditors were circling. From the outside, the empire looked solid. Inside, it was crumbling. The bankruptcy that shocked the world. In 2015, the headlines were inescapable. 50 Cent files for bankruptcy. The public reacted with mockery. Memes spread across social media. How could a man who once boasted of wealth now be broke? But here's the nuance most people miss. 50 Cent's bankruptcy wasn't emotional. It was strategic. He filed for Chapter 11, a legal restructuring, not a collapse. His reported assets were still considerable. The move allowed him to reorganize debts, halt legal pressures, and regain control. This wasn't a man lamenting lost money. This was a man pressing reset. Silence, reflection, and reinvention. During this period, Curtis withdrew from public chaos. No loud boasting, no reckless online battles. He observed, he reflected, he recalibrated. He realized something crucial. Music, fame, fades. Ownership endures. Instead of chasing chart positions, he focused on production, television, and long-term revenue streams. That's when Power was born. The series became a massive success. Not due to luck, but because Curtis understood storytelling, power dynamics, and audience psychology. He wasn't just playing a rapper on TV. He was playing the game behind the scenes. The comeback no one expected. By the late 2000s, 50 Cent was no longer discussed as a bankrupt rapper. He was a media mogul, a producer, a deal maker. He signed major television deals, expanded his influence, and retained ownership of key projects. No more illusions of endless wealth. This time, it was structure, strategy, sustainability. The real lesson of 50 Cent. This isn't merely a story about falling and rising again. It's a story about transition. From survival mode to dominance, from dominance to excess, from excess to collapse, from collapse to clarity. 50 Cent didn't fail because he was reckless. He failed because he carried a street mindset into a corporate world. And he succeeded again because he learned when to let that mindset evolve. Why this story matters. Many people believe success protects them. It doesn't. Money doesn't replace discipline. Fame doesn't substitute for strategy. And survival skills must evolve. Or they become liabilities. 50 Cent didn't lose everything. He lost an illusion. And that loss made him more formidable than ever.